We can't put us all the time. We got, we can, it's smart.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not always.
Well, hey, we go back.
We got a buddy.
You come right on back.
Wait.
You gonna rule when you get up. You gonna rule. Come in, Miss Bertha, come on in,
Hey, man.
come on.
I had come to tell y'all how to do it.
Okay, that's fine. All right, good to see you.
There was something else I want to talk about. We know that. That's no, I'll talk, we talk. It ain't got to be. I'll mention it, I'll put it on here. I'll send you a memo. Something I thought would be good for your senior citizen though.
Okay, Mayor, thank you.
Hey, Marge, how you doing? Miss Marge is probably already ate already.
Pardon me?
I said, you probably ate the supper already. That's your word.
About 4 o'clock.
I'm gonna bring this meeting to order. January 13th, 2026, regular city council meeting agenda meeting. Let's do the roll call, Ms. Carey.
Mike Carter,
Here.
Jared Moore,
Here.
Tony Williams,
Here.
Mayor Jason.
Here. Here.
Gerald Adams.
Here.
Michael Alexander,
Here.
Michael Jordan.
Here. Invocation, I got Jamie Smith here to do the invocation. Dave, maybe say a little word or something. You want to say something, Jamie? There's something I want to do different too, before you start naming, is every month, let's just have a different pastor in the community. That's how we used to do that. And I think we do that, it brings the church, the pastors in here, get them involved, and they give them some, hold up their time.
Well, hey, I'm glad that you invited me to come and do this. It's an honor to be here, and again, I appreciate it. But before I give invocation and pray, I just want to give y'all a word, and that word is wisdom. And not talking about man's wisdom, we got plenty of that. But if you turn the TV on, you can see that we're lacking some other wisdom.
Yes.
Amen.
And so that's the kind of wisdom that I want to talk about tonight, and that's God's wisdom. And so I want to just share out of the Bible just for a minute. I won't take long. I won't preach to you. I'll try not to anyway.
Maybe do it.
But the book of Proverbs is all about knowledge.
Yes.
That's what wisdom I'm talking about, is knowledge. Not so much, not talking about, going to get an education. That's great. We need educated people to run this city. We need skilled people. All that stuff's good, but without the wisdom of God, we'll fail, as we can see all over the world and what's going on around. But the book of Proverbs is full of wisdom, and just something we ought to do a little homework. And there's 31 chapters in Proverbs, and you can read a chapter every day, and just about every month, or not all months, but most months have 31 days in it. So, and it's a good book to read. But in Proverbs chapter 1, it says, to Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, equity, and to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discreet to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning. And the one who understands obtain guidance, to understand a proverb and saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. And this is what I want you to take on. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord. And it says, fools despise wisdom and instruction. And then in chapter 3, it tells us there in verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and the first fruits of your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. And then one more verse I want to share with you, and that is in Psalms. And this is what happens when we turn ourselves to the wisdom of the Lord. It says here in Psalms 1, blessed is the man who walks in the counsel of who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. And this is what happens when you do that. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaves do not wither. And all he does, he prospers. And I believe that if we'll seek the Lord in wisdom, and James 1:5 tells us that if we lack wisdom, to ask God to give it to us. And we all need this. But you guys especially, to run this city, you need God's wisdom. And to seek his wisdom each and every day. And I believe that it will be successful. Let us pray. Father, Lord, I'm just so thankful, Lord, for the opportunity to be here with these people. Lord, these are great people, and God, you have blessed this place tremendously. You have blessed us. Just living in America is a blessing. We look all around the world at all the other places. Lord, there's no other place under heaven as great as America. So God, I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the breath of life you've given me today. Lord, to be able to point people towards you. God, you're an awesome God, and I thank you for it. God, I thank you for this city that you allowed me to live in for 30-some years. For what a wonderful place it is, and God, wonderful people. I love these people, and I know you do too. But God, I ask you just to put your hands upon us now. Lord, that we would turn to you. Lord, that we would do everything not for dishonest gain or or even just gain of ourselves, but Lord, that we would do it first of all to serve you and then to serve the people. God, that we would serve our community to our fullest. We would give them each and every day a hard day's work. God, I pray that you will continue to bless us here, that you will lead each one, each day. Help us to be nice to one another. Help us to love one another, to care about one another, and to share with one another. And Lord, I pray that no weapons formed against us by evil, Lord, will prosper in this place. God, that if there's folks out there that's just trying to stir up things or trying to hurt others, God, I pray that you deal with them. That God, help us, the ones who want to love you and to do your will, God, to do the will of the people in this community. And that is to serve them with all the wisdom and knowledge that you give us, with all the talent and the abilities, Lord, and the resources that you give us. That we use it and to glorify you, but also to help the people in this community. Lord, we love you and we thank you. Go with us now. Help us, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Jerry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to welcome everybody to attend our meeting. I also want to start off first thing. I want to give praise to Pro Tem Tony Williams for stepping up. Well, that was a time of resignation, standing up and leading the city through that time. I want to thank you for that. I think everybody owes him a little thank for that, because that's a bit of pressure on him there. So I do appreciate that. Thank you. This community should thank you. But want to welcome everybody. I hope we have a great New Year's. Everybody does. I hope it's going to be a great year and years to come. I also want to thank InstaShed. I want to tell everybody about our new little, well, not a new parking lot, but they spray coated the parking lot, put new lines. They done that. I think it's a good thing getting people involved with our community. Like I was telling Jamie too about coming here, doing this. Let's get the people involved in our community. I think it's a key thing to make our community a successful place. Got that. 4C's Tires went in and worked on some equipment. Didn't charge us nothing for it, trying to get some stuff done. I mean, there's some stuff they probably won't charge, but I mean, they went out here on their own time trying to help us get things going by parts, you know, just getting things. We got 2 tractors down, stuff like that there. I know I'm probably leaving somebody out of Matthew Adams. He's working on helping us get some equipment donated, like edgers, lawnmowers, you know, what we need, weed eaters and edgers. They help us clean the sidewalks and stuff up. They sometimes have some equipment they can loan out, some old equipment trading and stuff. So he's trying to work on that. I just wanted to let everybody know too, you know, about our hours. It went from 4 days, well, we're still 4 days a week, but Monday through Thursday, that's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 5. And I done that to better serve the people. I think most people works on Friday, get paid, and give them time to get to work. I mean, up here at the city hall, if they get off at 4 o'clock, they got time to get here at 5. I think it's just a good thing. We did cut back the senior citizen, the 3 days a week, trying to cut back on some money, and light bill. Yeah. Trying to save a little bit of light bill, don't. But things like that, I think really would help our community save money, because in the long run, that's what we got to get our financials back in shape. We're all right now. And I thank Dawn for not fussing too bad about it. That's a miracle. I'm telling you, Jamie, that's a miracle right there now. I will say that. I would brag on all that.
The Lord must have touched it.
Yeah. We did hire 2 new interim positions. Public Works Director Stephen Day of Operations. Him and Rodney works together. Stephen more on times, setting up overtime, trying to cut back, getting work orders in, helping Rodney. Rodney's been busy trying to go work all the works, lift stations and stuff. I mean, they're real busy. We have a big problem, so it is kind of maxed out. Rodney's been on my hand. He's told me that he's he's pleased, and it helped him out a lot, especially keeping up with hours. And I know our overtime last week was down to about 6.5, 7, 8 hours, and I know this week they're gonna send some people home a little early to try to balance that out, get us 80 hours, so the 80 and 90 hours of overtime a week kind of fizzle out, save the city a lot of money in the long run. Actually, they worked this week and got found out they put float system on the lift station there at Pearson Tire. So you ain't got a man, go to do it every 4 or 5 hours. And I've been going at the nighttime, 8, 10 o'clock, trying to help them because I want to go home. I don't want overtime, I don't mind nobody cranking it up, pumping it down. And I think that's a duty I should do as a public servant. I mean, that's what we are public servants, not the public serve us. We serve the public. And I've done that, and I think that's a good thing. But this float system is working good because now it's just cutting the generator, the pump off on its own. Because it's electronic start, so it ain't got to run idle all the time. It actually switches it off, cranks it up. It does it on the float. Working on 2 more temporary float deal control boxes. One for the elementary school, and actually working on trying to get the snapper back online with the pump too. And also we got the lift station at the ball field with a bypass. So we're trying to cut, we had to run that tank. We won't give that back to the county. I'm ready for it to stay there at the county, but EPD don't want us having it too much either. So it's good. It's a good thing for all of us because EPD has been cracking down on us, and they are working with us tremendously.
And if you lose any little sewage out of it, it's a spill.
It's a spill, and then another thing too, EPD, this has been going on for a couple of years, and we've done some improvements that they're gonna be pleased. I got to meet with them tomorrow or Thursday, a teams meeting, and I'm gonna show them our improvements because we've done things that's gonna get them, show them, hey, we trying to do things. We got a lot of work to do at the plant, but I think they're gonna be pleased with us because it's like they said, they hate to tell everybody in this town they had to have a septic tank and a well. And it's about that, at that time, it's pretty bad, but it's coming along. We got the grant, the county got the grant to help with the lift stations. It's gonna be like $940,000, I think, actually spent, for getting everything 100%. Ain't completely rebuilding them all, but getting it 100%. I think that's really a great thing, like I say, for the community in the long run. Another thing, we created a new Facebook page for the city of Pearson. Try to get that going, but the USDA grant, they talk about it. I think that's something been a long term, been going about 10, 11 years. I voted on it as a council member, Miss Betty Drake was the mayor. And it's been a long drawn out thing. It's finally, they can't legally say the funds is completely released, but we're doing big. They actually, everything gets posted tomorrow. We had to update the deal so they can do it on the USDA page, but they're gonna open up for bids. I think they opened them up, I think you said February 18th or 20th, something like that, bid open the actual bid. See where we go. Probably the actual release of funds will be probably June, July, somewhere in that action, what they announced as the release of funds. So that's a good thing. All that is not free money. About $2.2 million is a loan, but it'll be about a 0.9%, 1% interest. It's a $4 million deal. When we applied for it, $4 million was enough to do about 80% of the city, which is what needs to be done. 20% is not going to never be done because it's newer lines anyway. But everybody knows COVID shot the price and everything doubled. So it's going to be a 2-phase deal. Luckily in the first phase, the fire department will be tickled. It's all going to be all new fire hydrants. And from south of 82 and east of 441 is the main project. And they're going to put an 18-inch line from both water tanks. So if one water tanks go down, we are hooked. We ain't waiting on pressure from this one here to feed through the line, the feeder line. So, I mean, I hate to borrow the money, but it's like this. Them are 80-year-old lines, 70, 80, 90-year-old lines they estimated them. Any time it could be a catastrophe. And if it goes down, you're going to spend $4 million at 5 or 6% interest. So, something we're going to have to do. We're probably going to have to increase our water bills. I hate to say that, but Georgia Rural Water said we are, and I can about tell you, we ain't making the money we go in the hole every month. So, USDA said the same, so it's something I hate to do, but it's something that's gonna have to come. And, but if we can provide a better service for the people, it'll be a good thing. I mean, it's just something that's gonna have to happen. I think that's the things, but like I say, I welcome everybody, I welcome our 2 new council members. Well, this, like I say, Wade took a vacation for 2 years, and our old ones. Like I said, thank you, Tony. I welcome everybody. We're gonna get this meeting going here. If everybody's ready. Next we have a motion to approve the minutes from the December 2025 regular meeting.
I make a motion to the December 25 regular meeting.
Everybody done dozed off on us, I talked too long.
Go ahead, Stephen. Go ahead, Stephen.
What's going on?
Can we get a vote? Got a motion and a second, can we get a vote? All says yea? Any nays? Unanimous pass. We're gonna do things a little different here, because everybody's got the agenda. We're gonna open up public comments first. And I think we ought to do that because everybody can see what's on the agenda. If they got a problem before we vote, we need to hear your concerns. So people can make a judgment by your concerns. And if anybody got any public comment, and I really don't like targeting people. I think this, if you got something to say to the council, it should be a comment to the mayor and the council, not targeting one council member or another. But address it like that. So it's open for public comment.
I heard you say something earlier about the dog catcher possibly
Yes.
coming. I hope that's true. I know you had one before and he wasn't doing his job, but man, it's getting bad. And it's not so much just the pack of dogs. They killed a chicken by our house last week. I mean, the actual pack of dogs killed a chicken. And then what they're doing now is these feral cats that are just trying to stay warm. I mean, I don't have a cat, don't own a cat, you know, not my thing. But they're staying right there by the apartments trying to stay warm. And then this pack of dogs come and, you know, all hell breaks loose. And so I'm wondering, is the dog catcher also gonna be able to do something about all these feral cats?
Well, their job is basically catch all animals and animal control. But I think it's one of the counties using. And I told him, I said, he's gonna come and talk, and we're gonna see how he does it. But I think before in the past, he wasn't doing it good, but maybe now the county's speaking him up, maybe he'll do better. That's how I look at it, you know, he's got a reason, ain't one check, he's coming for 2 checks now, so. But maybe, I'm like, I'm gonna talk with him tomorrow, we'll see how everything's going.
Alright, thank
You
you.
welcome. Any more public comment? Yes, ma'am.
When are y'all gonna stop this brown water?
I'm hoping in the near future.
Because it was brown this morning.
It was.
Yes.
They must have busted mine. Did they have any problem there this morning?
I ain't heard of no busted water lines there this morning.
Hey, you haven't, can you check on that in the morning?
Yes, sir.
See what there's around. Any more? Come on in.
You said that the water bill is gonna go up. Do you know what percentage or anything at this time?
Georgia Rule wants us, I mean, being honest with you, I don't see that happening, but, we're gonna have to negotiate on that. And I like doing this phases, which at one time, because they're saying 95%, which I just don't see that. I think we do it different. I think there's a different phase. I've talked with them a little bit. We can do some other things, but I'm just really waiting to see. But years ago, we started a phase deal. You remember that, Tony? Where we was gonna increase like 10 or 15% this year. 10 or 15% next year, and gradually move into it where everybody absorbs it. And come up, I think we agreed on what, 60, 50 or 60% at that time. But right now, with the situation we got, I don't really know, but it's gonna be, it's gonna at least be what you say, 40, 50% is gonna have to be. It might be more. Georgia Rural Water's gonna come and talk with us some more about it. There's some way they can raise like the higher users, maybe more industry. They mentioned that, I don't know that, I'm just throwing out what I heard. Ain't nothing that's gone, but they gonna tell us or give us a recommendation, because we got to meet USDA guidelines on that, because you have to show making enough money to pay the loan. But if we don't do it, we're not gonna have nothing, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a consequence of 30 years, and I'm not blaming this on nobody. This has been going on for years, this problem. Not proper maintaining and just stuff like that. The water lines need to be changed. They're old, 80, 90 years old, a lot of them. But a lot of our problem with the sewage and stuff is just lack of maintenance through the years.
And he did say something about senior
Yeah,
citizens.
senior
It'll be something
Yeah.
for them to.
You give them a little better rate, percentage on 65 and over, but they can't have it like one, you know, if a husband and wife, you can't have 3 or 4 properties and get a discount for 3 or 4 properties, you know, it's the same thing.
So when you're talking about the water bill going up, is that the water itself or the sewage?
I'm gonna get with them to see, cause sewage is barely making itself too, Jamie. And,
But sewage is about
It's-
3/4 or no,
It's
2/3
really
as
high.
much as the
I
water bill
think
now.
the water increase would probably, cause we used to be whatever the water bill was.
That's right.
That's what the sewage. And we went up, but the sewage went up years ago. I think you probably go up on the water, kind of balance it out like it used to be. I would like to see it that way, where whatever the water bill is, your sewage matches, mirrors that deal. Like I say, Georgia Rural Water is gonna give us more of it. And we'll, like I say, we're gonna have a little, that's gonna be several meetings, but there is gonna have to be an increase pretty shortly, if it's just a gradual increase. But that's what, like I say, Georgia Rural Water said they'll work with us on that, trying to give a plan. Yes.
I hear what you're saying about giving some people, like the discount to elderly people, which that's okay, because they're usually on a fixed income
That's right.
anyway. But there should be a guideline, because some people are not gonna see, because they're this, and they're getting a discount. It's gonna have to be,
Yeah.
not.
Oh, you're gonna have to increase on everybody. I mean,
Because I'm never happy with an
Yeah,
increase
yeah.
unless it's my pay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, nobody, I promise you, I ain't.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
exactly.
But like I say, there's a way you can give them a little bit. I mean, everybody's gonna have an increase.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see where nobody cannot have an increase. So, yes, ma'am, Miss Marty.
Is the fact that the sewerage is twice what the water bill is that a city decision, or is that something that's decided elsewhere? Now, I'm not affected by that because I have my own septic tank, but I've seen other people's bills, and that water bill goes up, that sewage bill is 2 times what that water bill is. It's gonna be really difficult for some.
Well, what it is this council sets the rates on it. What it is, they go by how many gallons of water you use. The water gallon fee is a certain amount. The sewage, whatever water you use, you charge whatever the sewage per gallon is to it. So,
2 times.
yeah, but that might be changing, you know, we might just need to increase the water. You know, you don't never know how we're gonna do that, but the sewage rate is set at so much per gallon. And what they go by, because we don't have sewage meters, you use how many gallons you use. So if you use 2,000 gallons of water, you get charged for 2,000 gallons of sewer.
But sewer went up back when they put
It
in
went
the
up.
new plant, right?
Yes. Well, then after that, they did go up after that, so they've been up one time after that. And it should have helped maintain the system, but that's the past, we don't know what happened, but it didn't happen that way. But like I said, we need to do this water infrastructure, it's really key for the community. Plus, like I said, our treatment plant, our lift station, everybody knows what kind of program we have. I mean, we got basically a $2 million project right there. I mean, but at least the government's giving us $1 million, but we need to work on our lift station, our plan. Which I see some things that we got to do that I think we can get some help. And I actually talked with the county, they didn't like it, but, there's a line item in their splosh that they could give us a little bit of help on since they have control of our plant right now. Because it says the owner, but since they have controlling interest of our plant, they are the owner of that in a way, and they're your own, so.
Technically.
Yeah, they are, so I'm trying to squeeze them to at least give me a little bit. You ain't gonna give me all, but just give me a little bit of it, so, and I think they're willing to try to help us on that. Any more public comment? Well, it gets to old business number 8, the resolution for the bank. Jerome got us a resolution here for the loan at the People's Bank, to renew that, roll it over, to do from last year's debt. Probably you wanna tell us about that, let them know,
Well,
better for you.
it's a renewal of a loan with the People's Bank, gonna be in the amount of $40,000. The interest rate will be 5%, there'll be a $200 loan fee. The loan will come due, on or before December 31st of 2026. And like I say, this is a renewal of an existing loan you already have. Your only alternative is to not renew the loan, at which point you would be in default on that loan, and the bank would come in, and of course, you know what would happen if you in default.
And the loan's against our tax revenue, so, you know, that's what it's against, and, it needs to be redone, because we don't have the money to pay it off and get out from under, so renew it. My plan is every month, try to put a little bit on it, so maybe at the end of the year, because most, and I'll be honest, there's a lot of cities and counties, governments that does this every year. And get a little tight on money. I know the county was a little tight the other day on theirs, and I don't know what they decided, but they was pretty close to having to borrow some themselves, so. You know, it's something, a lot of places does, I prefer not to do it. My future is, let's try to get by what we can on our own means and not have to do this in the future.
And the bank did the city a favor, did a very, very favorable term.
Because it was,
Thanks, Charlie Gray.
because this is supposed to be paid on December 31st. So Mr. Charlie has worked with us and helped us out tremendously on this, because this could have been a default. So, me and Mr. Charlie talks several times, so let's get it done, so. And we got it done, so that's a good thing. I know we all talked about it last month, and he agreed to work with us, so that's a good thing. But I want to get a motion to accept this resolution for $40,000 to borrow this money to redo this loan.
I make a motion to accept it.
I'll say.
All in favor? Any nays? That's unanimous decision. New business. First of the year, we always supposed to appoint a new mayor pro tem. So this time we need to try to come up with a thing. I just rolled in my ideas the other day, we was talking. I know, Jared, you've been a mayor pro tem before. Tony, you've been since you've been here, and Tony's now the mayor pro tem. I was thinking, would it be good to just change it every year, where you have a different mayor pro tem? I'm thinking Mike, he's the third longest one on here right now. That's all up to y'all. I'm just sitting back, I'm just giving my recommendation, it'd be good to change it up every year. I think the following year, point somebody else, you know.
How long was you mayor pro tem for? Out of the last 2 years? 1 year. 1 full year? And then fix it this past year?
Yeah, just this year. 25, what, 25?
Jared was you before then,
And I wouldn't have fooled 2025. Well, really, I ain't gonna give you.
6 months.
And what I say on mayor pro tem, I think, you know, if you do one person every year, if you want to rotate it by every year, then every year that you do it, then you have to go to the banks and sign papers over again.
yeah. That ain't a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that don't, they don't.
They rotate theirs on.
Every 2 years, I think.
But they just make Gloria the mayor pro tem.
They try to do it every year.
This year.
Yeah.
And last year, it was Charlotte. They rotate
Yeah,
every
they
year.
rotate.
They make it fair across the board.
And it is, I mean, gets everybody an option, I mean,
Well, I said only count for 4 years. I mean, mayor pro tem.
Well, I know another thing is, when you make mayor pro tem, you need to be able to be close, just in case you had, you know, something happened, Jason fall out. Well, he won't fall out.
How you fall out? You come and be falling out, Tony.
Maybe if something happened to it, or he fall, or he end up somewhere he can't get here, and you know, you have
I ain't never no fun than
Valdosta and Mike pretty close. I mean, when Ambrose, Valdosta, they what, 45 minutes.
I ain't never an hour from here, if I had to get here, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm across the road.
Yeah, you are.
Just that why I'm across the road most of the time where I'm in Douglas.
And I think next year, ought to be between, I mean, like I said, you never been, I mean, you got experience at it too, so I mean, it ain't like, the way he did have a little bit of experience, he gonna save us some money, he had a good class, to do his elected this time. He's a saint.
He do gotta go.
No, as long as he's been within 4 years, we done checked in on that, Tom, you know. Checked in on that.
Well, that's good. But I know Emily said last time, yeah, he gonna have to go.
But he's been out 2 years, so,
2 years.
now if he'd have been out full term, he would have.
Say that about.
They don't know that. Can we get a motion of anything?
Figure out who y'all want. And then go with that. Go with mine. You want me to tone in? I'll be whatever.
That's just my recommendation, just change it up every year.
How you want? Are you
That
interested?
don't make me no difference, I mean, that don't matter.
You said you been at 6 months?
I'll make a motion to nominate Mike.
I'll say.
Got a motion and a second. Can we get a vote on the? Got for a vote? Yeah, how about all the gays?
Yeah. I'm gonna recuse myself on the vote due to family interest.
How many, who's on there?
Negative.
Motion passed. I got nothing to be a new pro tem. Want to get a motion to approve the phone poll that was done, putting Mary Jordan and me on all the bank accounts for signing paychecks and all. Gotta get a motion to approve the phone poll.
You also need to make a motion to put Mike on the
Okay.
bank, signature card as well.
Okay. Can we try that all in that one motion, Ron? Yeah, make a add that into that motion too, if you will, and put my guy together on the signature cards also. On all the cities' signature cards.
I made the motion to approve the phone poll, put you on the, all the bank accounts and Michael on the signature.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? An update on all the credit cards, on the credit card actually. I have a debit card too, but, we need approval from the mayor and the council here. What I wanna do is not got skills this year, but it's pretty simple. We need to add some bank accounts, one for payroll, to be compliant with some stuff. On far as payroll, where we pay all the payroll for everybody out of one account, and then you move the money out of general fund in that account to be compliant with the state. And what I wanna do too is this, and I've talked with several small towns, and they agree with it. We're trying to match your expenditures up and get your money right in each department the way it should be done. My scenario is this: instead of having one city credit card, is to have one for each department that stays in City Hall at all times. If you had to buy something for the police department, it actually would come from their account, their Visa card. If you buy something for wastewater, it would come out of the wastewater rec department, senior citizen. But I want a credit card instead of a debit card, and why that is a debit card can be hacked and you ain't got much, your security coverage ain't much, you can't go against it. A credit card, I can file fraud and it's insured, so it saves you, it protects you, plus the points. So I think our city credit card had about $1,100 or $1,200 this year. Now, we're gonna put it back on the meter to save us some money, and the credit card be doing that, so when they make a purchase, they be getting points off, so you can re-put back. But I think it'd be the best thing, that way you can separate your money, you know what's been spent in what department, so it's gonna be a lot easier on Karen. Karen's gonna be happy for sure, but I just think that's a good thing to do, but I need a motion on that and approval from the council on that, the bank said so. To open up, think what was, how many accounts we need to open, the payroll account.
Payroll,
And you got the list,
Jennifer has a list.
but it's payroll,
It's payroll, which we already got Rick,
yeah, we already got the senior.
and we got the senior.
Do we have the police?
We got the police accounts, they all.
Water sewage with it,
We
and
got
then the
water,
trash,
sewer.
and then the trash was separate with it. That's basically what we had to do, so we had to do what, open 2 more accounts, 3 more accounts, or do we have a wastewater?
Yeah, when we get it back, we'll have our wastewater.
Okay, yeah, but it's dead right now, we got
Right
it.
now, no.
So basically, we need to open 2 more accounts, and what I wanna do is get reapply for 5 different credit cards, one for, like I say, each department like that, so when they come over here, like I say, all of them stay in City Hall, nobody keeps them cards, no calls from the City Hall.
With these credit cards, are we also gonna include the credit cards for the Vex cards for gas? Because
I've
as
been
of right
looking
now,
in,
we're still using.
I've got an application to do Circle K, that's something else I was gonna explain later too. Circle K through Wix, which we have a Wix account, but it's locked up, it's signed to somebody, I've been working with that, but I like to go with Circle K, we can get a better discount program, plus there's a Circle K everywhere.
Right.
And what I like about Circle K, and like I told them in the work session, Circle K, if you get a Wix card, you go anywhere. I like to have it just I'm not gonna do a universal charge anywhere, I want a Circle K. And I want people to fuel there, because if there's anywhere we think there's a fraud charge, Circle K, they'll tell you what time, they can pull camera footage automatically. And they can tell who filled that truck up, I mean, they got pictures of it. So we run into this situation I had before on a different personal scale. And what it does, and it's let's say about $8,000 fuel bill, when a car got misplaced, it didn't get cut off, but what I like about it, say you can go to that time to say, can you pull the footage? And let me tell you, you have to catch them red-handed. I didn't know that, but Circle K has cameras on every gas pump, so I just think that's something we're gonna work on too, to get. But can I get a motion on add the 2 accounts, and I think it's 5 Visa cards, but 5 cards, separate cards with it. Carry.
I'll make a motion, I add 2 accounts and 5 cards.
I second.
All in favor? And note too, that the old credit card be cut off. Right now, they give us a debit card because we couldn't get a name change, so the debit card's in effect until the credit card gets here, and then they can be cut off, so I will make sure of that. But we had to have something because we couldn't,
We didn't have an authorize.
yeah, so the authorization, we couldn't do nothing, so. Price, we can discuss the peddler permit price again, or you wanna go over that way?
Yeah, you'll cover it one time, here, so, and I was looking at it a little bit different too. So like I said, we already got the permit, or the application, and basically the prices for the peddler permits are, 1-day permit $15, and the annual permit is $125. I think the annual permit should be annual, we should biannually, I think we should go to 6 months for $125. And then just leave the dailies at 15. That's.
That'd be more fair, I understand what you're saying, because the daily 15, 125 is pretty cheap for a year. I mean, you get I agree with you, 6 months.
Take my desk, I got my chicken.
Kind of make sure everybody.
Just wait a few.
So, I went for 125 and it'll last you 6 months.
Now, with these peddler permits, are we going to actually be enforcing these, or are they just gonna be a piece of paper that some of these people that's coming to the city of Pearson, is still gonna collect? Because we have weekends, weekdays, where there's people that's here selling goods, and the city of Pearson is not capitalizing on it. So who we gonna have that's gonna be out there?
I'm gonna have our patrolman, I'm gonna talk to Chief about riding around patrolling, make sure people got it. I would love to come up with a web page for our city, but you have one, but I like to get it more up to date. And I would love to have it, where we can do a link on it, or a barcode, there is a, you can take a picture of that, the barcode, scan it, take payment, and set you up, you can pay for it online at instantly, so if they don't have a federal license, the chief goes by, or one of the officers, say, hey, you gotta pay, no cash, I want everything cashless, so take a picture of that, pay for it, get approved, and go on. If not, my suggestion until we get that is give them 5 days to not, you get their info and fine them. And you just, or write them a fine, you can write them a fine and say, hey, if you take care of this, get a permit within by Friday of next week, we'll waive the fine. If not, we'll charge you a fine.
And last but not least, anybody that has a business outside of, I'll say Atkinson County, I won't even say outside the city of Pearson. Are they gonna be able to sell goods inside the city, or are they gonna be required, like we have the one gentleman that comes out of Homerville that likes to sell on the regular, and that was the issue that was brought up back in 22. As long as he got a license, he can sell in Pearson. It'd be a business license out of Homerville, but he was allowed to sell in Pearson because
I think it's a
one of the previous council members, she stated that because he had a license that was issued in the state of Georgia, he could sell them.
It's federal. That's how I look at it, and I'll let y'all discuss it, but I look at that still federal.
And again, I know every municipality has their own set of rules, and if I'm not mistaken, I always revert back to city code because I worked for 13 years. I know that if you're going to have automation purchase, I'm not saying you have to purchase the license, the business license for the city to be able to do that. And the reason that is they can get fire inspections along with those trailers. So, I mean, if they making them do it there in that big municipality, and ain't the reason we can't make them purchase this permit to go with the business license they have as well.
Well, the juice man comes from Valdosta, he was over there. So, I'm gonna ask that guy what was he charging him for him being there. I like to feel there all the time.
I just think it should be, you know who's here, keep them accountable. I mean, anywhere else they charge, it ain't that big of a deal. You don't tell them what they $15. I mean, really, $125 for half a year. It ain't bad to make it. I promise you, if they come back, they're making money.
$2 juice to pay for it.
Man, and it's a good stuff. I buy some of it myself.
Sell $8 a cup, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it is what 8 of them like this. Yeah. But it's good, I'll tell you. But if y'all want to make some changes, if y'all want to put it in a motion, whatever you want to do, discuss it, or y'all want to move on, or table it, whatever.
I can make a motion that we accept the peddler permit with the adjustment of the biannual of 125 for the 6 months. Everything else will stay the same. I second.
All in favor? That's good. Good start, chief. Got you another job here.
Give him a receipt book, he can charge more.
Oh, no, we ain't do that here now. No.
I'm telling you, they go get the money over there, he can charge more.
No, he don't do money on that.
They be selling a lot of stuff down there. Somebody has some good stuff down there, I think.
Pretty much what I've done is explain about the updates on all accounts. How we had to get them all in order to get compliance with the state, get more or less the state guideline with the audits and stuff. It's basically setting up the checking accounts and all. So pretty much we done covered this, but it's basically what we can do to make sure each account
has its own account to go in.
Carrie's got a mess.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. I mean, it is what it is, but we got you some help, and like I said, I'm bragging on Carrie. She been smiling. For a few days, you laying, like, I felt sorry for you. I mean, I felt sorry for Mike. She had to cook. She had to cook. Yeah, she had to run home. She had to cook from a baby. But anyway, I kind of feel bad.
She must have smiled.
Yeah, she must have. I'm trying to help you out, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Just give me a pat on the back. I'm gonna make it better for you. But basically, that's what we're trying to do, is move this stuff forward, make it easier on the department, the office and all, because like I say, we've got 3 main departments. We got 5 departments in this city, and 3 we got to have vital. We need all the 5, is what I'm saying there. We got to get the situation in this office paperwork, it just simplify, get everything up to date, that's the main thing, just like paperwork, you wanna be up to date, so if something happens, we're working on it, they working hard, they ain't been going overtime, but we've been staying in our 40 hours, and it's working, I mean, Carrie's been working some long hours, and, like I said, I thank you, I appreciate the hard work you've been doing, but that's it, and like I say, we've got a lot of things going on, and I think we'll see a lot better movement in the next month or so. There's some things we hate to do, we don't have to do, but, like I say, we cutting back on some stuff, saving some money, I think that'd be a plus for sure. I mean, Karen says she sees it already, and I think it ain't gonna do nothing to get better. So, that's about it. Policeman, chief, we ain't heard nothing from you yet. They bring you up here and get you a comment. Update from what you've been doing.
This guy, Jonathan Bennett, he was in here to be introduced to the community and everybody. I think most everybody met him individually. He had to go on call, so he couldn't be here for me to introduce him. We're getting ready for grand jury for the court. I think I pulled 20 case files between yesterday and this morning. So we're getting ready for grand jury. That includes body camera footage and evidence. We finally got done organizing everything for him. Got everything, made sure everything was listed on the log. Now we're gonna audit that evidence. It was a mess. We got everything put in bins. We don't have a bunch of paper bags just strung out everywhere, so it's gonna be a job, but we're gonna we are currently filing or have filed seizure paperwork on several vehicles. We got a Ford Dually pickup truck with a trailer. The owner of the vehicle actually told us it's about $40,000 worth of stuff, so if we get that, that's a $40,000 vehicle and trailer that the city now owns, which can be auctioned or bidded on, still bids. Got 2 SUVs that we're also doing that with, as well as a pickup truck, a little small one, something like that. So all that's in the works. I've been on the phone with the DA today, make sure that the paperwork's done on their side as well as ours. We are also getting our city warrants situated. The problem we were running into is that former PD clerks have the power to go in and take the warrants out as well as take them out of the system. The problem is that we've got a file folder over there full of warrants for the city that we were either wasn't getting notified that the warrants were no good, that they'd done paid. So I've been taking on the task of weeding out the ones that should have been taken out 5 years ago. We're still waiting on, we've got a probation warrant list that I'm going through. We're still waiting on the warrants for failure to appears. That's with the DVI. So I'm sending 2 emails. We're working on it. We've made 6 felony narcotics arrests for the month of December, 3 of which came this weekend. So none of them are less than half an ounce of methamphetamine, all of which tested positive for fentanyl as well. We're seeing out a lot more, as well as just pure fentanyl. So trying to put it in that, which is where most of these seizures came from. Other than that, I don't have anything.
And Chief, I appreciate all the long hours. Chief is, the other night, he went home. Next thing I knew, I looked out the window, and he was up here at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, what? He just went home. And he come here, and you know what? They came back with some meth.
That's the
I mean, that's the main thing. We get any drugs and taking this thing. We gotta do it step by step. It's baby step, but at least we trying to get there and get this.
Yeah, they don't work 9 to 5. They work.
They usually work, everybody's asleep. But I appreciate you. And the chief too, I'm glad the good Lord kind of helped him today. He had a little scared when his girlfriend got in a bad car and got a phone call from somebody from her phone. So I'm glad everything was okay with that. Since Dawn, you the last one here, you wanna say anything to the senior citizen? Yeah, Robbie here? Oh yeah, Robbie here. I didn't even see you.
I don't have no report. I ain't stepping on Dawn.
He was always good, right?
Yeah, I don't have a report. We've been busy with ISO, who will be here the 26th, a couple weeks away to do the survey. Pray for us. And then next month we'll have our report called up.
I wish we had that new fire hydrants already.
Yeah.
But, I know y'all was ready for it the other day, but I know y'all glad to give y'all a couple more weeks, get everything lined up.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, Dawn.
I'm gonna start off with, the moving to the 3-day week for the senior center. Of course, when I first announced it to them, everybody put your lip out, they was real upset. But Miss Bertha was there, she could vouch that by the time I explained everything to them and how we needed to get behind this and it's gonna take everybody pulling together, they were clapping and applauding. So you have the full support of the seniors and they understand why you're doing that. They just pray it'll be temporary, it won't be too long. Today we had 43 in attendance and we only have seating for 46. So like we were talking earlier, we probably gonna have to cap taking on new members because we're physically, we just don't have room to put them. Also January the 5th, was the energy assistance for LIHEAP. And I know it's your vision to take care of more than just the senior center seniors. And we've talked about that. And so after we finished signing up all the seniors for their $400, $500, $600 energy assistance, we reached out to the community and was able to help several in the community apply for this energy assistance money. I'm still working on tweaking our code of conduct and our membership agreement. And as soon as I get that finalized, I'll get that to you and I can vote it into law. And the last thing I was going to talk about is the public hearing that's coming up on January the 27th. We had originally talked about moving it to the Civic Center, but I think since it's advertised as being at our senior center, we're going to just take our tables, roll them up, roll them down the hall, and just set seating like this with our podium and have, the speakers come and just speak to us right there at the center. We won't go pick up the seniors that day because the meeting, we'll have the public hearing there. But, so they understand that. Several of them still want to come because its purpose is to collect community input about the aging services and how to best meet the needs of the elderly. This is being put on by Southern Georgia Regional Commission in unison with the Area Agency on Aging, and we're just honored that they, selected us as the meeting place to host this hearing. And so that'll be the 27th, but we will have it at our center instead of moving it to the Civic Center. And that's it.
Thank you. I want to say one other thing too. I've been talking stuff and they're talking about federal license. I have talked with Chick-fil-A. They have come before here one time. I've talked with them about coming and they like to do it on Fridays. That's their day they come. And I have talked with them about coming and I think we come to agreement on the first Friday of the month and sit up here in City Hall. Get people here, get people wanting to come up here and look what's going on. And, but I think they want to do it like a reoccurring also, where every first Friday they can come here. Or just federal license money too. But I think it'd be a good thing. You have a place to eat, come here and eat some sandwiches and all. I like to also try to find somebody locally that perform a little music. We could spend $100 or something like that, or $50 to make play a guitar for a couple hours. Come up here and have a little thing. People come up here and enjoy their time, get them a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and kind of enjoy the City Hall. And I actually want to do it again too, like we did with the cornhole tournament. I wouldn't mind having someone out there up here on a Saturday one day and have some food vendors somewhere, get with the church up there, and just bring people here where they'll stop by when they come through 441, they see us, and just bring things here.
That's a cornhole champ.
That's it. That's a cornhole champ right there. Now we let him win. Now I'm gonna say that, wasn't it? But he got the back, so we let him win. Or I didn't let him win, Dan. But I don't believe he did. Anthony did good. He's out practicing all the time.
Yeah, he be out there by himself practicing.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you, better sell.
But I think that's something we need to start doing some other things. I mean, I wouldn't mind having some singing, some gospel singers or stuff. Bring stuff and get everybody back online. I mean, just come together. We gotta come together. At the end of the day, that's what we gotta do. You gotta unite. The only way to make progress is to unite and come together. That's my thing. We done public comment. I would like to go into executive session to discuss a few things that needs to be in the executive session about personnel stuff and stuff I found. And I'd like to do that if I can get a motion.